Happy hump day. We are coming off a nice 3-0 sweep, and we got an 8-game slate. Let's talk some more basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and we are back. That's right, it's the middle of the week, and we're here to talk some more NBA basketball. What a beautiful 3-0 sweep. A pretty easy 3-0 sweep yesterday. Those don't come around very often, I'll tell you that. My only regret is I made every play a half unit. But you know what it is? I would gladly take it. We'll go over the recap in just a little bit. Here's the NFL heads up. We have finally figured it out. This week, the best bets video for this weekend, which will just be the game bets, will be out Wednesday night. And then the NFL player props will be a separate video, like always. That will be out Thursday. And we'll go over all those Saturday and Sunday games. As for the Monday playoff game, we'll treat that like a Monday Night Football game. We will have its own video. It will come out, the breakdown of it, and our best bets will come out Sunday night. So just want to let you guys know. But any bets that are dropped early are going to be on Discord. It's completely free. So go join, click that link below. But as you guys know, Outlier, best betting research tool on the market today. Any graphics you see in this video or future videos are from Outlier. Click the link below in the description and you get a nice 7-day free trial. So name that player answer from yesterday is, drum roll please, Grant Hill. That's right. The sitcom we were talking about that he was in was Home Improvement. Me and Ryan's one of our favorite sitcoms growing up, favorite shows at all, but it was pretty awesome. But either way, Grant Hill also won 2 NCAA championships as well. But these are the people that got it right here. At Brian Captain underscore Bride Gillihan 8146. I completely butchered that. At Chris Rains 8013. At 714 TV. At Jive Bark, at Dre Davis, and at Elgin Evans 6969. So good job. Appreciate all the guesses. It's always fun to do that. But today we're switching up. We had a late night. We're going to do a dad joke today. So here we go. What do you call a pudgy psychic? A fortune teller. Okay. In this video, we're going to recap that beautiful 3-0 sweep. And it's Wednesday, which means we talk defenses versus the small forward position. Defense, they give up the most points, rebounds, and assists, and the least points, rebounds, and assists. And then also because it's Wednesday, we're going to talk the G's of threes. That's right, hot shooters from downtown. And then we'll give you our best bets and finish it with the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Come join this incredible community. And also come join the Discord. We have a lot of fun talking sports every single day. So that's all I got for you. Let's get into it. And that means it's recap time. There it is, 3 beautiful green check marks. We start out with Porzingis over 23.5 points plus rebounds. Crushed this line. Went over in the third quarter and kept going over. So any bumps you got, if you got 24.5, 25.5, that was the easy winner too. Rockets minus 10.5, terrible first quarter, and then finally figured it out and blew that terrible Wizards team out of the water. It was beautiful. And then Dennis Schroeder, the added play, under 22.5 PRAs. That was a nice winner. He got a little sweaty in the third quarter if he were to pick it up, but he still ended on just 15. He did like nothing. All he did was hand out 7 dimes. Shot terribly, so that was just a beautiful under there. So under tracker, we're now 40-22 on the season on all under player props. Gotta love it. There's the overall record in the breakdown. We are now up over 14 units. I love it, and I want more. That's right. So 138 and 109 for plus 14.26. So that's what we got for the recap. Now let's talk the small forward position. All right, we start with the defenses giving up the most points to the small forward position. If it's in green, that team or player is playing today. Obviously, the only ones that have a matchup are the ones with the arrows, and we only got one here. The Clippers giving up 21.9 points to the small forward position. Michael Porter Jr. of the Nuggets averaging 19.5. Keep an eye on if Jokic plays or not. I think it was ill was the reason he just sat out on Tuesday. So there's all the rest of the green teams and players. Zach LaVine is averaging the most points per game as a small forward right now. This is all within the last 30 days. So take a screenshot. Hopefully this helps you get some winners today and in the future. And then we got the rebounds versus small forward positions. How about 3 matchups? The Bulls facing Benedict Mathurin of the Pacers. He's averaging 5.8. Bulls giving up 10.2. Crushing the competition, not in a good way, giving up that many rebounds to the small forward position. Then the Pacers are facing, obviously, the Bulls the other way around. LaVine averaging 5.1. Pacers giving up 8.7 rebounds. And then we have the LA Clippers facing Michael Porter Jr. Porter Jr., 5.5 rebounds per game. The Clippers giving up 8 rebounds per game to the small forward position. So that's the rebounds. Now let's take a look at the assists. Only one matchup. Again, the Pacers facing Zach LaVine, 5.1 assists per game. Pacers giving up 4.6. You see up there the Pistons playing today also, giving up the most assists at 5.7. RJ Barrett, he's now settling into the small forward position with Quickly back, with Barnes and everyone kind of a little bit more healthy there in Toronto. So that's why you see him up there with the small forwards. Now, again, small forwards are tough. It's a positionless NBA compared to what it used to be, but I try my best to give you as detailed of positions as I can. So that's what we got for the most rebounds or points, rebounds, and assists. Now, if you're looking at some unders, let's talk some tough small forward matchups. Now, if it's in green, they are playing today, but the fewest points per game given up to the small forward position, the Celtics 16.1. And the Bucks playing today, 16.7. We got the Spurs, Pacers, and Cavs also playing today. And then the fewest rebounds, quite a few teams. The Knicks only giving up 5.4, Blazers 5.7, so on and so on. And then the fewest assists, the Thunder, again, assists to small forwards to me are not a huge deal. As you can see, from 1 to 10, it's a difference of 0.7 of one assist. So Thunder giving up 2.9, though, and Sixers giving up 2.9 as well with the Heat. So that's what we got for the entire small forward position. And now let's talk those G's of threes. All right, let's go. It's Wednesday, so it's time to talk some hot shooters. That's right. If you're new to the channel, we do this every single Wednesday. The shooters have to have taken 40 or more three-point attempts and shoot 40% or better to make this list on the left side. On the right side, we're going to talk defenses that have given up the highest three-point percentage in the last 8 games. So all of these stats are in the last 8 games, just to kind of maybe help you out with some matchups so you can see what defenses are giving up a high percentage shooting as well. But as you can see, we got a lot of good shooters here, but not as many in the 50%. You see the guy in green right down there. Michael Porter Jr. is the highest one at 52.5%, 31 for 59 on an absolute roll. And anyone who's actually played less than 8 games due to injury or whatever, we do put it on there just in case you're trying to figure out, how many threes is he attempting per game and things like that. But other than that, CJ McCollum shooting the ball well, 46.6%. Steph Curry, 45.3. All these stats are before Tuesday's games, just so you guys know. Darius Garland down there at 47.3%. So that's page 1. Take a screenshot, and now let's look at page 2. And the second best shooter in the last 8 games is Zach LaVine, 22 for 44, 50% from the three-point line, and that's in 7 games. And then you go up there, Champagne for the Spurs, 24 for 50, 48% from 3. LeBron James, the 40-year-old, is shooting 47.7%. And then down there, Gary Trent Jr., 47.6%. And then SGA and Trey Lyles, 46.3%. So that's page 2. We have a page 3, but it's tiny. It's Luke Kennard, 18 for 40, and Christie of the Lakers, 18 for 40 as well, both shooting 45%. And then as you saw on every single page of these, there's all the defenses giving up the highest three-point percentage, with the Raptors leading the way, giving up a crazy 41.5% of the three-point range to the opponent. Rockets, Pistons, Kings, Knicks, so on and so on. So that's what we got for the G's of threes. And now it's time for those best bets. All right, this first one takes us out to Cleveland, where the Cavaliers host the Oklahoma City Thunder. Cavaliers -3, total in this one, 229. This is an awesome game. I'm just going to say that first and foremost. The 1 seeds in the East and West are facing off. If I had to pick a side or a total, my lean would be the under 229 in this game for what it's worth. 2 of the top 5 defenses in the NBA, so 229 seems a little high to me. These guys play some grinded out basketball sometimes. Again, there's a lot of talent on the offensive side as well, but I do lean the under. But that's not my best bet. I have a 1-unit play. Give me Jared Allen over 11.5 rebounds plus assists, -115 on Bet365. I'm kind of surprised at this line, honestly, but let's dive into Outlier and take a look at some numbers with the big man. So we start out with 2024. Over this line at 21 of 35. Pretty good hit rate, 60%. We'll take it, averaging 11.89 RAs per game. Now let's scroll down and look at some of the stats and what he's done this year. Rebound chances, 16.7 rebound chances per game. And then also next to it, you can see real quick, 3 potential assists. We'll talk the assists here in just a little bit, but also the minutes. This is where I want to look at. He's averaging 29 minutes per game. This is a big part of the bet for me because I'm expecting a competitive game, and I see the starters with, I think it's been 2 days of rest for each team. I see the starters playing some big minutes here. So with that, that's what we're going to look at right here. Let's go back up to the top now and look at Jared Allen. Now he's averaging 29 minutes per game. Let's just see what he's done in games at 28 plus minutes. I feel like that's pretty conservative in my opinion. So at 28 plus minutes, holy smokes, how about that, huh? He is over this line in 19 of 22 games, and the crazy part about it, is that he has actually had 13 or more RAs in 18 of those 19. So he hasn't even just got over by the hook or anything. And in those games, he's also averaging 14.14 RAs per game. Just insane hit rates there. When he gets the minutes, he's a monster down there. And then if we scroll down and kind of look at these numbers with the 28 or more minutes played, rebound chances go from that 16.7 I told you to 19.1. So obviously a big bump there, no surprise. And then let's look at the matchup over there. You look at the rebounds, Thunder 22nd in rebounds allowed to the center position. And then when I looked on hashtag basketball in the last 30 days, they've allowed the ninth most rebounds to centers. We know they give up some rebounds. That's the one thing they do. Now, with that said, let's talk some assists and why I added the assists. It's not a huge part of it, obviously. The rebounds line is 10.5. So I took this 11.5 line, adding the assist, which obviously means if you do the math right, you just need one assist to break even. I know, hash brown math. But he has 1+ assists in 29 of 35 games this season. A pretty good hit rate to at least break even. He has 2+ assists in 8 of his last 13 games. So if he gets two assists or more, now we're helping the rebounds line. Obviously, that's how that works. But that's why I added it. I thought it'd be 12.5 probably total together. I think this line is just a little bit too low. I think he's going to get some big minutes here as long as we get a competitive game like I think we will. And also if he stays out of trouble and all that kind of stuff. So with that 28+ minutes, I love this over on RA. So give me the big man over 11.5 rebounds plus assists as my first best bet. All right, this second one is a letdown. We're going to Brooklyn. The Nets are hosting the Detroit Pistons. Pistons -7.5. Total in this one is 213.5. This is going to be quick. It's going to be simple. I've bet this a few times this year. Give me Tim Hardaway Jr. under a half a steal plus block at +115 on Bet365. This is a half unit. I'm probably never going to bet more than a half unit because, again, it's a steal or block. It could get lucky on one of them. But now let's look at this outlier screenshot real quick. He is under this line in 25 of 33 games. That is a 76% hit rate that we are getting +115 on. Yes, he's playing with a little bit more now without Ivy. So let's look at games without Ivy. Well, he's under in 3 of 5 games. In games he's played 30 or more minutes, he's under in 11 of 14 games. Playing time just really doesn't matter for him. He's not a guy who's looking to get a steal. He's not looking to get a block. He's had some games where someone just threw it to him and he got a steal. And guess what? That can happen. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and break anything down or anything like that. But to get plus money for a guy who's been doing this just a huge chunk of the season, 76% hit rate. I just think the odds are wrong. I think there's just too much value in it. We just got to hope, like I said, the Nets don't just throw one right to him. And also, rooting for a guy to never get a steal or block when he's out there for 30 minutes, it's excruciating. It's brutal. I recommend not doing it. Check the box score. But either way, half unit sprinkle, we just got to take it. It's a value play here. So I'm not going to sit here and say this is exactly why he won't and where he's positioned defensively. None of that matters. Give me Timmy under a half a steal plus block as my second best bet. All right, this third best bet is an alt line parlay. That's right. We haven't done many of these this year, but I like this one. Give me RJ Barrett 15+ points and Giannis 25+ points. Got this at -115 on FanDuel. This is a 1 unit play. So let's talk about Mr. RJ Barrett first. He is playing his old team in Madison Square Garden. He will be absolutely fired up. He played his first game of the season last game with both Quickly and Scotty Barnes on the floor. That's right. The very first game this year, he scored 25 versus Milwaukee. The last season with those two guys on the court playing, he scored 15 or more points in 17 of 23 games. Now this year, he scored 15 or more points in 25 of 28 games, 89%. Now his points line is at 19.5. So obviously we're going to get a good hit rate, but 89%, we'll take it. He's averaging 18.5 field goal attempts per game. You got to love the volume there. Matchup. Knicks have been average versus small forwards in the last 30 days. When it comes to points, Knicks are second worst defense, though, defending the pick and roll ball handler. Barrett has a 24% frequency as the pick and roll ball handler, scores a decent amount of points. It's not his whole portfolio or anything, but it's a good matchup there. But in the last 3 games versus the Knicks, he's been motivated. 20, 30, and 23 points. I think he scores 20+ in this game, I'm going to be honest, but I just need 15. I'm expecting aggressiveness. I'm expecting a ton of shots out of RJ Barrett. So give me Barrett for 15+ points. The second one, the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo, 25+ points. He scored 25+ in 23 of 29 games this year. That's right. He's actually scored 25 points plus or more points in 15 straight games before last game when he scored only 11, but he didn't really need to score in that blowout against the Raptors. over in 13 of 15 games at home this season. He's played 7 games now with Chris Middleton and Dame both on the floor. He has 25 or more points in all 7. And in fact, he has 27 or more points in all 7 games. He's averaging 31.57 points per game with Dame and Middleton both on the floor. And again, if I know Giannis is questionable, I think he's going to play. It looks probable. If he doesn't play at all, then obviously we just void the bet and it is what it is. But matchup in Giannis's only game he's ever played against Wemby with him on the court, because he had another game, but Wemby didn't play. In that one, Giannis dropped 44 points on him. Spurs, bottom 10 defense defending the paint. We all know that Giannis loves to get to the paint, one of the best rim attackers in the entire NBA. Spurs have done well overall, limiting power forwards this season when it comes to points. But again, this is Giannis. It's not your typical power forward. He could take the hardest matchup in the league and still put up 25 to 30 points. He knows how to get to the rim. He knows how to score, use that length. So give me Giannis for 25 plus points, Barrett for 15 plus points. And that is my third and final best bet. More bets are coming in the morning, but let's get some winners. Let's build off that sweep and get another sweep today. So before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. There it is. Jared Allen over 11.5 rebounds plus assists at minus 115 for 1 unit. And then Tim Hardaway Jr. under a half a steal and block. That's right. You read that right. Plus 115 on bet 365 for a half unit. And then RJ Barrett 15 plus points. Giannis 25 plus points, minus 115 for a unit. That's what we got for you guys today. Thank you guys for listening. As always, if you haven't already, hit that like button. We got some NFL videos coming out in the next couple days. Excited for the wild card round in the NFL playoffs. But hope everyone has a great Wednesday, and we'll talk to you soon.